Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from the Arrow Season 4 finale episode titled Schism. So, for anyone that doesn't want anything spoiled or ruined for you, as if anything could spoil or ruin Arrow anymore, please stop watching now. Hey guys, Dave here. Okay. Well, I avoided watching the finale on the night it aired. I caught up on it this morning. I was already seeing a lot of backlash and stuff about it. Oh my god. This was a letdown. I mean, people were talking about the decline in quality of the show, and that was kind of anticlimactic. Okay, so the bad guy is stopped. The nukes explode in Earth orbit. Why the hell isn't there fallout? I don't understand this. Damien Dark is killed, and the crew goes their separate ways except for Felicity and Oliver staying to clean up a busted up Arrow cave. No sign of Laurel Lance showing up. Oh, we had a gravestone, and there was a woman that came up to see Oliver when he was visiting there, but no, that was Felicity. So a lot of people are feeling very underwhelmed. Now, a couple years ago, Arrow was good. I mean, that was hot. It was a good show, but the quality has steadily declined. What happened? And everyone's trying to clamor for ideas. Now, outside of it, everyone's of course thinking that Mark Guggenheim, the Arrow show writers, the showrunners, are giving into the whole fantasy of the nerdy girl getting the jockey guy, being Felicity, hooking up with Oliver, doing away with 70 years of canon of Black Canary, where she was killed in a dickish way, and we're supposed to finally hear about what happens next season if there is going to be one. But a lot of people have jumped this ship. A lot of people are really losing faith in Arrow. So, yes, we know it's about the show writing. We know that Mark Guggenheim has pandered to the Olicity fans. You know, I didn't even know what shipping was until someone explained it to me, that it's about a relationship between people. So, thanks, but it's stupid. That ship has sailed, I think. But anyway. And I got to wondering that after seeing how everyone's acting around Felicity, how things have declined, let's pretend for a moment that it isn't just bad hack writing or producing of a show, allowing things like The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow to have better quality, where the flagship show that started it all has steadily declined. Let's pretend that it all has a plan, that there's a broader, grander vision for it that will encompass all of the things in the DC television universe. Now, I still hold out hope that maybe with the events of what's going on in The Flash, that maybe next season things could change around and certain things can be altered. So certain mistakes can be fixed. Certain people that died who shouldn't have, Laurel, should be returned. But let's just say, for example, that even that doesn't happen. So they're looking for an explanation in the show universe itself, outside of bad writing, outside of bad show running, about why everyone seems to be gravitating or reacting the way they are around Felicity Smoak. And I also want to go out and put a little disclaimer here. Emily Bet Ricards, which I've heard you say that on interviews, so I believe I'm getting it right now, hopefully. Emily, much love to you, gal. I think you are a great actress. I like the character Felicity coming into it. Yes, it was interesting for moments of humor, and definitely had an interesting dynamic. And considering you started off from originally having a character that was just supposed to be a one-shot, episode in the cameo thing, and then blossoming, good on you. What I'm having a problem with is how the character has interacted with it, and how the character has been written. How things that had a chain reaction of events outside of the actress's control of how the story has progressed. So, much love, Emily. I like you. I'm not crazy about the way that the show's been going, so I just want to make that very clear. So, anything going on there, anything that I do as far as for the fun little joking or ribbing, it's to just try to look at it from a comic book point of view, to poke fun at it, and to de-stress it a bit. Okay? Alright, good. Now, let's take a look here. Now, the theory that I have, and apparently I posted this on Twitter, and somebody actually said, dude, I came with that idea a while ago. Okay, I didn't read it. I didn't know this is something I came to myself, but great minds think alike. So, here's what I'm thinking. Right now, we've noticed that ever since end of season 2, beginning of season 3, the show quality seems to have declined. The romance between Oliver and Felicity has increased. Connections that are supposed to be 70 years of canon, like with the Black Canary and them, has also shifted, faded, and everyone seems to be on the Felicity bandwagon in the show. Hell, Laurel's dying words were essentially giving a nod to Oliver and Felicity being the hope there. The storyline of beating Damien Dark was that the hope and love that Felicity had for Oliver was able to counteract the darkness and evil in Damien Dark. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm being nice here because I have a strong feeling that this video is going to get passed around and a lot of kids might be seeing this. So, I hate censorship, but I have to do this anyway. Anyway, okay. So, given this, I started thinking about the possibilities. Now, we found out also with the character Blackout, who appeared in Arrow, that you do not have to have been in Central City, rather, on the night of the particle accelerator explosion that happened when they gave a lot of metahumans their powers. In fact, some metahumans' powers can kick in later when they are in a life-threatening situation, and it takes whatever situation they're in and adapts it to give them certain powers. Now, this is important. Barry Allen actually came into Season 2 of Arrow to help out with Deathstroke. So, the particle accelerator accident happened in there, and several months later, at the start of Season 3 of Arrow, we got Season 1 of The Flash. He was in a coma for 8 months, but other metahumans had already started to pop up here and there. This is important. So, here's an interesting theory I have. What if Felicity Smoak is in fact a metahuman? But we've also seen that not all metahumans have full control of their powers. Some need a device, some need a little extra assistance here and there, or they need some other external stimuli to work. Peekaboo, although she can teleport, requires light. She has to see where she's going and needs light to actually use as a conduit. So Vibe, although it'll change eventually where he doesn't necessarily need the glasses to focus on it, that is something that helps. It's an assistance, a prosthetic, or an aid. So, here's the kicker. What if Felicity Smoak has actually become a metahuman, but doesn't have full control of her abilities, or even know that she has abilities? In this case, what if she has become a metahuman succubus? Now, a succubus is considered a enchanter, someone who physically, sexually attracts their mates, or prey in this case, to put them essentially into a love spell while they feed off of their life essence, their life force, that kind of thing. Now, think about it. Felicity, of course, is definitely, connected with Barry. She's been exposed to God knows how many metahumans herself, as well as being put in life or death situations, particularly in the season finale of Arrow Season 2, when she was used as bait to lure Deathstroke out because Oliver was trying to get to the point where Felicity was the love of his life. Now, he didn't really feel that way at the time, but Felicity's love was certainly real. She was captured. She was in danger. So, what happens if somebody with an active but not yet turned on metahuman gene was placed in a situation of danger And the biggest thing that they're trying to use to save her was the same thing that got her into it, her love. I think that maybe, just maybe, this activated something in her where she started essentially creating a love effect about people around her. This could explain certain charm, little things that were being written into the show, like that someone saying that Felicity is the strongest of us all, or suddenly the attraction that keeps on going on here, that once you get your claws into your victims, as it were, they become enamored by you. They become trapped in your love spell. All the while, you are leeching and draining the life force from people. Maybe. I mean, just think about these possibilities here. She finally got to do the do with Oliver in season 3. She ran away with him in season 3. Everything was fine until the city needed them again. And look at the way everyone's been acting. I mean, Laurel's dying words, giving a nod to it. Everyone else just kind of feeling like, they miss Felicity, they care about her, even despite everything else. Even after the whole shit, a couple episodes where, she managed to stop a nuclear attack from hitting Monument Point by detonating it 20 miles away in the smaller city of Haven Rock. Tens of thousands of people are dead. No time to grieve. No time to mourn. Got to stop the bad guys. And yes, she was necessary. She was needed. And everyone knows that Damien Dark did this. But it was her choice to send the bomb off. I mean, in Captain America Civil War, a similar action happened with the Scarlet Witch, and people lost their minds over that. Why isn't that happening with Felicity Smoak? Could it possibly be due to a love spell, or possibly pheromones, or psionic ability that she has? I mean, that's the thing I'm trying to get at. What if she's actually manipulating the people around her, but doesn't even know? And here's the kicker. There's actually a precedent for this in DC Comics. Back in the day, there was a Legion of Superheroes villainess named Charma. She was an alien mutant who had the ability to produce an effect around people that it was a type of love-hate thing. Apparently, women couldn't stand her, wanted to hurt her, torture her, just about kill her. But it had the opposite effect on men. Men fell in love with her and wanted to protect her, keep her safe. What if? Now, I'm not saying that Felicity has that certain level of power, because obviously it doesn't work on everybody. But take a look at how it's affected Oliver. Look at how it's affected the people around, Team Arrow, things like that. People gravitated to her, but maybe it takes actual real love to partially break that spell. John and his wife, Thea having the need to try to get a certain guy in her life. Laurel, of course, still had feelings, but she was trying to do her own thing. But we also know the canon of the comics. We know that the Green and the Black were supposed to get together. That never happened. We never heard the words "pretty bird" uttered, which still ticks me off. And a lot of this is because of Felicity Smoak entering into the picture. I'm not saying she's a bad character, but something is going on where she has affected these lives in a way that was never done in the comics. And although a lot of it can be positive, in certain situations it can be detrimental. So think about that for a second. What if, in fact, Felicity Smoak is a metahuman succubus? Everyone has been noticing the quality of the show has been declining. It's becoming Felicity and Friends instead of the action show that it used to be. The life force of the show has been sucking and depleting away, while the romance has been getting stronger. If that doesn't sound like a succubus, I don't know what does. So, like I said, whatever happens in the future, I mean, a lot of people are jumping ship off of Arrow. Stephen Amell has signed his contract to continue to be Arrow until, or Green Arrow, I should say, until 2019. But no one's said anything about whether or not the show is going to still exist at that point. A lot has to be done to change things. Like I said, I'm hoping that the big multi-crossover event that's coming up next season is going to help fix this. But inside this context of the show itself, the quality of it's declining. Everyone left at the end of Arrow Season 4. Maybe by getting away from them, the spell can be broken. But the only one left, Felicity and Oliver. Now this actually does make sense in a biological point of view. If you can't defend yourself, get others to defend you for you. Look at her. She attracts so many people for what she is. Yeah, she's funny, she's quirky, she's cute. And we know people like that. Not necessarily all the same, total package. But there's just something about Felicity that seems to attract people. Hell, you can even see that there's an argument for an attraction for other people, that she was looking for the best people to protect her. She had an attraction to Barry, but that didn't go anywhere. Maybe because the Speed Force or his connection with Iris was just too strong, so she couldn't latch on. Ray Palmer, there was a relationship there for a while. But eventually, things didn't quite work out, and he broke it off. Maybe White Dwarf Star Alloy is a natural deterrent. Hell, Damien Dark even used White Dwarf Star Alloy to power the Ark facility that everyone was hiding in against the nuke. Maybe White Dwarf Star material is actually the equivalent of kryptonite to Felicity Smoak's power. That's fascinating to me, don't you think? Come on! White Dwarf Star versus Felicity Smoak, Succubus. If you start to look at it, it makes a lot of sense. And like I said, unlike Charma, where it's strictly guys love and protect her, women all want to hate her, there is the Olicity fans that are rabid for her, where the hardcore canon fans despise the wedge that she's driven in between things that we know should happen already. So there are some similarities. And everyone knows the show quality's been declining. It's as though the life of the show itself has been draining. But yet, people keep on being attracted to her. Hell, Mr. Terrific's getting sucked into it out of admiration and everything. Close proximity? Who knows? With Charma, people had to see and or hear her to be caught under her spell. Maybe something similar has happened with Felicity. Maybe she is a metahuman succubus who is drawing on people that she cares about or loves, or getting people around her to love her as a defense mechanism, as a way to protect herself, all while draining the life slowly away until it's 2 years later, you're nothing but a husk. It's like turning up the heat in a pot of water with a frog in it. You go so slowly, so gradually, you won't even know you're boiling alive. 2 years? I think that could be gradual enough that someone would catch on. But with everything else going on, with Ra's al Ghul, Damien Dark, people have been so busy, they haven't been able to look at the possibility. So, show writers, I would love for someone to test this idea. Would you guys completely run out of any other ideas, which some people think you have? How about exploring the possibility that Felicity Smoak has actually become a metahuman succubus and was draining the life out of the frickin' cast and show? Hey, just an idea. All this is in fun. Like I said, Emily, love you. I wish good things for you, but I want the show to turn around. I want it to become better than it has been the last couple seasons. And Felicity might have to go to do that. I'm sorry. You were a great actress, Emily. I'm sure you can find other work, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Okay? No offense, but just go. Just. Anyway, what do you guys think about the theory? Could Felicity Smoak be a metahuman succubus? Or are we just chalking up everything that sucks about Arrow with bad writing? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. Let me know what you think. Until next time, Dave signing off. Peace. Yum yum.